If you are getting older, if your parents are getting older and you're beginning to think about maybe moving from the home they're in now to a retirement community, but you're not quite sure how to navigate the roads, much less where to start, we have the starting spot for you this morning, because all you have to do on Saturday is go over to Ashwood Square, meet with Allison Darris, who is with Care Patrol. She's here this morning. And this is Josh Hopwood. He's with Elderwise Housing Solutions, newly transplanted yourself, right?
Yes, yeah, I moved in September to Chattanooga from the Denver area.
And you're loving it?
Loving it, loving it.
So you come to a great community because there are a lot of options, as you know very well, Allison, when it comes to where do you go in your senior years.
Yes.
But everyone kind of shares, I think, the same hiccup of where do you start, and that's where Josh comes into the picture.
Exactly.
So you developed this company, Elderwise Housing Solutions, and I guess from the name of it, it sounds like the initial thought was, how do you get out of your house of 50 years into a small 1,200 square foot unit?
Yes, well, I mean, yeah, we don't always know the resources, we don't always know kind of how to plan ahead, and Elderwise really was started to provide a way for, like you said, like those people who have been in their house, like a lifelong family house for 50 years, and you know, it might need a little love. And so Elderwise is really there and built to kind of help seniors who have houses like that don't always know, how am I going to sell this house? And so we work with them, provide a high level of care, but often what ends up happening is they end up selling their house directly to my company. Just as is, they don't have to worry about it at all.
But it's so much more than just that.
Right.
Because there's the emotions behind it, there are the logistics and the practical side to it. So you have this wonderful little book here called Senior Housing Roadmap. And on Saturday, is this right, Allison, over at Ashwood Square? They're the venue.
They are the venue. And Josh, everybody that attends will get a free copy of Josh's book. And there's also an accompanying workbook. So again, this is really, just a great opportunity for, people who know that this is something that they may need to do in the future, and it might be 10 years in the future before they need to do this. But again, just educating people on, things to consider, where to start. Moving out of a home that you've been in for 50 plus years is a daunting task.
Yes.
And to Josh's point, like if you've got some maintenance issues and things like that, you may just be like stuck, like thinking, I can't handle this. And that's where he's going to be a great resource to really help you understand what you have, what you can do. But to his point, if somebody is in a hurry and needs the care and needs to get out of their home quickly, they're a good resource to kind of help people get those funds to get to where they need to be quickly.
It's kind of like the old children's story of the squirrel that would store the nuts for the winter and the other one that didn't. We tend to think on the beautiful spring day that the winter day is never going to come our way, and then it sneaks up on you.
Right.
Is that right?
It does. It does. And the reason why I called this the Senior Housing Roadmap is, I grew up with paper maps. Right now we have GPS.
We did too.
Yeah. And so, if you don't know where you're going, or how to get to your destination, it's a daunting task. You don't know what turns to make, what's out there, what you might run into. So that we really tried to provide a way to kind of see all the resources. It's practical advice for how to plan ahead.
So for the people out there who are kind of hitting though that time frame, and I guess it's different for everybody, obviously.
Sure.
But as we get older, isn't decision making more difficult? I have found that, at least in my own walk. So that when you're faced, if you haven't made a plan, if you don't, even if it's one that's just a loose plan, it's hard to make a decision of any kind. I think sometimes.
And I think that this program and kind of what we both do in our roles and our everyday jobs is helping people with that plan. What we're doing is we're sharing information so people can make an educated decision. Care Patrol, we're not one, community. We are, we help people understand all of the senior solutions that are available to them,
Yeah.
whether that's, bringing help into the home or making a move to a community independent assisted living memory care. And, again, I think Josh is coming at this from that education piece. Like in doing this real time, realize there's a lot of information, that could help make this a smoother process for
Yeah.
people. Again, it's not something that most people plan for. We plan for retirement. We don't plan for aging. And so
And we're afraid to talk about it.
Exactly, but it's going to happen. So I think, as much as you can arm yourself with information and knowledge, then that makes that whole process a little less overwhelming and scary.
I think 30 seconds I have left, but I think what also people don't want is to feel like it's just a formula. And you're making it not it's their own roadmap.
It's their own roadmap, yeah. And a big thing I talk about in the book is creating a team around you of people who have knowledge and resources and what's out there.
So when they come to see you, 10 o'clock at Ashwood Square on Saturday morning after a cup of coffee, they can learn about the book. You can talk to Josh directly.
Yes.
I guess tour Ashwood Square.
Yes.
And talk to Allison too about what might be the right answer
Exactly,
for you.
exactly.
Thank
So
you.
come join us.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you,
thank
Julie.
you.
You came on a good day because today we have a dad joke of the week, courtesy of our good friend Jason Wright, who's in the studio watching right now. So here he is on stage to make you have a funny moment at supper tonight. Here he is.
Your dad joke of the week, brought to you by West Yellow Knife Trading Post.
Hi there, and welcome to this week's installment of the Dad Joke of the Week. We've got some chickens at home, but their eggs don't tell each other jokes, so they'd crack each other up. Anybody know what a snake's favorite subject is? History. Thank you.
Jason, come on, that was bad, really bad. Anyway, for something good though, come to West Yellow Knife in Dalton. You better get it when you see it at the knife.